Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know, like two tortas arguing in a Wendy's line, whether they're going to get the chili or a double stack. But they're back at it. Paella, paella. Órale, man. In a menudo style, in direct fashion, we're going to get straight to the content of the day. This is the double up. I appreciate all the support that I'm getting. Let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put the notification bells on all so that way you're directed into the dope content that I'm bringing, man. And I appreciate it. Now, you know, I was doing a little live earlier and it was brought to my attention that one of the channels that I support and that I watch, you know, I've been watching for years now, Prison POV, Splinter, actually, you know, did a video concerning myself as well as Dubs. So, you know, I went along with my live, did my little thing, and then said, you know what, I'm going to go support the homie, man. I'm going to go over there and trip out on his channel and give him my like and give him my view because, you know, I know he works hard at his craft. I know he puts in that necessary work that he has to put in, and he speaks his mind, and I appreciate that, man. I've always appreciated someone who spoke their mind truly, truthfully, and for reals. So I went over, I watched the video, and, you know, I noticed a speck, not a lot, man, but a speck of controversy when I looked at his video, man. So I felt that if for no other reason, I should make this video to send a direct message, man, because I don't know this man's phone number. I don't know how to get a hold of him. So I figured since he watches my videos, since he knows what I'm doing and what's been going on with my channel, then more than likely, you know, this will get shot to him. It will get shared to him and he could watch it. So Splinter, Cuval, first and foremost, my respects, as always. I've always had a respectful interaction with Splinter. It hasn't been much. I'd be a bullshitter and a liar if I sat here and said we talked behind the scenes all the time. We've maybe had one or two conversations. I remember a while back, it was a while now, I jumped on one of his lives. He was real paranoid and real concerned with, was it the real me or was it someone trying to play games? I had to show him it was really me. And then it was all love. It was all respect, man. I always thought I had his support in what I did. Now, when it comes to the gang aspects of things, the active, non-active parts, man, that has never been brought up in conversation with us because I've never once tried to fool the masses or manipulate the people into thinking I'm an active gang member or I'm still participating in anything like that. I've always said from the gate, from Jump Street, from the top, man, that I wasn't trying to be active or trying to portray a role as active, man. I'm just telling my stories, doing my thing on YouTube, and you either like it, love it, and roll with it, or you don't, man. That's totally up to you. Respects either way. That's just the way I roll. Now, with Splinter, you know, I don't know his status, if he still considers himself active, still good with the fellas or not, but that's wood business. I would never involve myself in that business politically or try to sway the people one way or the other concerning him because at the end of the day, man, he's a wood. I'm sure he's proud of it. Whether he's active or non-active, that's none of my business, man. And this is YouTube, man. This is not a spot or a place to be spitting or speaking that narrative, man. This is a place to put out your content so people can be entertained and enjoy it or not. So, you know, I noticed while watching this video, because I watched every single second of it, you know, you got that commercials and everything. As I watched it, you know, I noticed that he on his thumbnail was a picture of myself as well as Dubs. I know a lot of people have been concerned with what's mine and Dubs' status as far as a relationship as friends. Are we still buddies? Are we still homies? The love is never going to leave, man. And Splinter was absolutely right. We did originally bond over some YA baby shit. We did originally bond and talk to each other behind the scenes because we were both YA babies. We knew a lot of the slang. We've been to certain institutions. We could identify. Absolutely, man. When you first meet someone, you base your friendship on the way that they carry themselves, the way they act towards you. And, you know, of course, myself and Dubs, man, it went that route. You know, I felt that if for no other reason, maybe I could help him to help me and he could help me to help him. You know, we worked together. It wasn't no using. He didn't use me to build the credibility of his channel because quietly as it's kept, like I've said many times before, his channel was already there. He was already continuing to do his thing. I was a big supporter of his channel. Big supported it since before I even had a channel. You know, in this game, this YouTube thing, it gets very cutthroatish and people don't realize, they don't understand that we have really no control other than putting our content out. Whether it hits an algorithm or it doesn't, whether people are feeling it or they're not, it's totally up to the people. That's why I say I'm for the people, by the people. It's totally up to the gente and the viewers. We have no, there's no way we could sway a person in any type of direction. Now, of course, if you put out, more controversial topics, more drama, you speak on things that maybe you shouldn't speak on, or you speak on things that people want to hear about, but they're not going to show their face while listening. Let me tell you, man, you're going to get more views. Absolutely. That's correct. That's a fact. We all know that. As being a YouTube content creator, we understand that. Now, I have never once cried or sat here and put a tearful face on about my views or about how much people are watching me. You either do or you don't. I respect you either way. I understand it's a busy world out there. A lot of people got to pay attention to their jobs, their families. They got a lot of things going on. Someone might tune in because they're bored for a while, and then eventually, man, something happens. Maybe they knock a new bitch. Maybe something happens in their life where they don't have access to Wi-Fi, or they don't have access to be sitting around all day viewing channels and content on YouTube. Understandable, man. One thing you're never going to have me do, and I'm going to speak for Dubs. I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to. I never seen him once cry about or beg anyone for anything. We're grown men, man, and we do what we got to do in life. That's one of the reasons why I respect his character. Now, maybe in the past, Dubs might have mentioned, because Splinter brought it up on his channel, on his video, that Dubs said, the raza was getting a bad look. And that's just a man speaking from his perspective and a man speaking from what he knows. And I totally concur, and I agree, man. At that time, it seemed like a lot of the raza channels, a lot of the prison-based channels, whether you're a raza, white, black, we're not getting a good look, man. We're getting shunned. We're getting placed on a box. Maybe they were getting blackballed. I can't call it like an alcoholic. A lot of the reasons that people fall off and a lot of the reasons people don't watch you anymore does have a lot to do with YouTube, but it also has a lot to do with your character, the content you're putting out there. If people are feeling your vibe. Now, when I started in YouTube, I exploded. Splinter's absolutely right. I was doing my thing. I was accumulating mass numbers. Not crazy numbers. There's YouTubers that get millions and millions of views, thousands and thousands of views an hour, but I was doing all right. Okay, and slowly but surely, I've been doing this over 3 years now. Yes, there has been a decline in my activity. Yes, there has been a decline in my viewership. And that's understandable. That's part of the game. That's part of YouTube. That, Splinter, is the reason why I am changing a little bit about myself. I'm changing a little bit of my content. I'm adding different topics. I'm trying different things. It's because I'm trying to progress, man, and elevate. Real men go forward, not backwards. Real men don't keep keep relapsing into the same behaviors and going backwards and having to start all over again. That's not what we do. What we do is we continue to struggle. I said I'm going to strive through the struggle no matter what it is, whether I'm getting a lot of views or not. Guess what? Here's the big kicker. You ready? Are you ready? Guard? Are you ready? I have a job. I work. I got things I have to do. I have to take care of my kids and my family. So I can't focus all my attention like I used to onto YouTube. And I can't do lives every single night, to appease the masses. I would love to. I would love to kick back on my ass all day, man, and drop content and do all that. But I have a life to live, and I'm not going to live scared, man. I'm going to do what I does. Now, I understand, where Splinter was coming from, where you were coming from, Splinter, saying that, hey, man, you helped Dubs out. Now he's doing good views, man. What about you? You're falling off. I'm not falling nowhere, homie. You see, you understand one thing, and one thing you need to understand clearly is that I've always continued to do what I've done. I've always continued to bring the people the best possible content I can, and I can't switch that up for nobody. I've always kept it respectful with Splinter. I've always thought Splinter had maybe this much respect for me. I understand the active, non-active stuff. That always plays a part in dictating a man where his heart is. That always plays a part. It seems like we're dictating who a man could be a friend with in the front and who he can be a friend with in the back. Because quietly as it's kept, there's a lot of actives and a lot of people that play the game right here, homie. But back there, they're cool. It's all good. It's all love. Hey, homie, I support you and everything. But at the same time, you know what it is, bro. I don't want to get whacked. Hey, I could appreciate that and I respect it, homie. And I understand. But when you're on this side one day, when you're no longer functioning, homes, you're going to remember those words that you speaketh. And you're going to understand how it feels to be ridiculed or to be shit upon or to be disrespected because you're no longer gangbanging. You no longer want to go out there and crease your dickies up. You no longer want to rock Cortezes. That's fine. It's fine and dandy. It's not going to stop my sway. It's not going to stop my move. Now, as far as anyone, you know, asking what's going on with myself and Dubs. So that was the gist of you know, Splinter's whole video was, come on, people, what's going on with Gunner and Dubs? I'm going to tell you what's going on with us. A whole lot of nothing, man. That's the homie. That's my friend. He's going to continue to be. I said it many times, right? When I seen that a lot of the fucking hatred I was getting and a lot of the bullshit was starting to affect the people around me, my friends, people I considered friends outside of YouTube, man, that relied on a YouTube channel, that based his income off a YouTube channel, just like I did at some point, man, that, you know, we're grown men, man. We don't do everything for free. We're not just here for fun and games. We are trying to help people and at the same time get a little bit of bag out of it because we have rent to pay. See, we're grown men that no longer live with mama, right? So we're trying to do our thing. And we don't live in hotel rooms, homie. So we got rents to pay. So in the process, I seen, you know, maybe some people that were hating on me because of some of the moves I made. Hey, I stand on my 10 about that, homes. I'm not one to fucking hide in and say, you know what? Hey, it's not my fault and blame other people. If I fucked up, I fucked up. But if I feel people are just hating to hate, then it is what it is. I'm not going to keep addressing it. Fuck them and fuck what it is. But at the same time, if I'm noticing that someone else is getting ridiculed or someone else is getting shit upon because of my mistakes or because of who I am, homes, I'm going to distance myself from them. Doesn't mean I'm going to cut them off as a friend. Doesn't mean I ain't got their back if they need me. Doesn't mean I ain't a fucking phone call away if they need that. Sometimes I change my number and shit, so, you know, it's hard to get a hold of me. But there's a lot of things and reasons why I do what I does. There's no big secret or me and Dubs didn't fall off and we're not friends no more and there's no communication. We're absolutely friends. He's just doing his thing on YouTube and I'm doing my thing on YouTube. And that's it, plain and simple and period. We had our time coming together, man. Yes, his channel did blow up and get much bigger and he's doing great numbers. And I'm so proud and I feel so good to see my friend winning, right? But at the same time, listen to this, man. I had nothing to do with that. That's his hard work. That's everything he's put into it. We have two totally different stylos. If people are feeling his style one day or feeling mine the next, hey, man, as long as the homie's winning, I'm winning. That's how it is. That's what real friendship is about, man. I don't have to be there where, you know, with the homies riding with the air, you know, the air breezing in my hair. You know, I can live by faith, homie, knowing that the homie got my back and I got his, man. Do you understand? We broke bread. We sat at the same table. I know what it is. We had deep conversations, man. He knows me and mine. I know him and his. And that's all it is. It's nothing to be put out there on YouTube. You know, oh, what's going on with them? You know, I don't know why any grown man would be so concerned with what's going on with two other men. You know, what's going on with our friendship. We're homies. That's it. You know what I mean? You ask and you shall receive an answer. Period. Plain and simple. Now, as far as him throwing me a lifeline, I don't need a lifeline, homie. I am the lifeline. Do you understand that when I started YouTube, Splinter, you know, yourself, myself, there was a few other channels, man. We were small and we were all growing together. Some of us backslid. Some of us had other shit going on. Some of us got incarcerated. Some of us fell off, man, decided not to do YouTube no more. Some just kept progressing, you know. And like, you know, just like I know being a content creator, man, the struggle is real. Some days it's hit and miss. Some days it's all love. You know, but you never forget where you come from and you never forget the people that support you from day one. That's why I always say in all my videos, man, I support all the Raza channels because at some point in time, someone helped me along the way. Someone gave me some love, a shout out, you know, just like I did Splinter and just like Splinter did me back in the days. You know, whatever this animosity is or whatever this concern is, Spencer, homie, gracias for the concern, but I don't need that. I appreciate you. I appreciate the Woods, brother. I always speak highly of the Woods. I always speak highly of everybody incarcerated, you know, because I understand, man, what it is to have someone shitting on your name or have to have someone, you know, making money off fucking putting you down. It ain't cool. That ain't gonna be me. It ain't never been, ain't never gonna be. You know, I'm gonna fight back when I need to and I'm gonna address what I have to. But other than that, I'm gonna keep on pushing and progressing because I gotta worry about me and mine at the end of the day. So to answer the question, Mr. Splinter, as far as mine and Dub's relationship, are we friends? Did I help him? I did not help that man in any form or fashion other than being a good friend to him, man. He did everything he did by his hard work and his determination. And that's it, and staying consistent. All I ever told him was, hey, homie, stay consistent. Stay on their heads, homie. If you want your fucking views, if you want to be acknowledged on this YouTube yard and in this bullshit, then you need to stay consistent and humble and real. He's done that. Now, I've continued to do me and mine. If you see a steady decline in my numbers, you know, I'm getting more and more subscribers every day. If you're seeing my views kind of fall off, well, I can't help that. I got a fucking million people, you know, writing hate on me, that you got a whole bunch of people that are fucking, they have this mission, you know, to end me. I will never end, homie. I'm going to continue to do me. So, you know, I don't knock a man when he's down on his luck. I don't knock a man when he's doing bad, homie, because where was all this hatred and where was all this bullshit at when I was up? See, when I was up and I was doing real good, you know, everybody wanted some gunner in their life, man. Everybody wanted to swing off the peeps. Everybody wanted, hey, can you come on my channel? Hey, can you show me some love? Hey, can you shout me out? Hey, can you put my Cash App? Hey, man, can you fucking do this for me? Can you put this for me? Hey, can you help me out, man? Can you make me an intro? Hey, gunner, can you help? You know, where was all that? Now it's, aha, you don't get as much views as I do, or aha, you're, hey, none of that matters. I'm still me. I'm still going, I'm still, that never changed up. Now we're going to talk about the wind's blowing. We're going to talk about the name change, Mr. Splinter, because you mentioned I changed my name. You thought the Gunners Collective name was more catchy. Absolutely, man. That's the name I came in with. That's the name I'll go out with. But at the same time, you understand, being a content creator, how sometimes a change up is good. Sometimes a switch up is you know, your best move, not your less move, not the West move, homie, but the best move, which is the West move. But there was a whole lot of reasoning that went into the name change. As you noticed, it's now Gunners Collective TV. I'm right back at it like a motherfucking smack at it. The reason I had to do that, man, and I've explained it to certain people, and now I'm going to put it out for the masses so I could stop getting these frivolous questions asked by content creators that I don't really even associate with. Fact is, the reason I changed my name, man, was because someone tried to claim copyright on my name. You know, that's how deep the hatred was going. And it's cool. Do what you does, cuz at the end of the day, I bounced back like a motherfucking thumbtack and it was all good. I got the green light and bam, I went. So let's go. That's it. It's purely, you know, it's not all about, you got to understand how I work, man. It's not all about the funds for me anymore. At one point in time, I'm not going to lie, gente, it was all about getting the bag. It was all about, man, doing the best I can, putting out the best product so I can get the most views, so I can get more money. You know, but nowadays it's about, man, I hope I get the views. If everything works out, it does. I'm going to stay consistent, but I also got to go to work tomorrow, man. And that's just it. I got to get my lazy ass up out of bed, do a few push-ups, make sure I take my insulin shot and get my ass to work, homie, because I got kids to worry about. Period. That's it. So there's no underlying bullshit, man. As far as mine and Splinter's relationship, there never has been one. You know, there was a respect, a mutual respect. I will continue to have that on my side. I have nothing bad to say, man. Tap into his channel. I support it, man. He's a real one. You know, I'm not talking about active and non-active and whether he still gangbangs or he doesn't, man. That's totally up to you, man. At the end of the day, you know, the woods rock differently anyways, man. And I rock differently. And it doesn't matter, because if I was on a yard and you were on a yard and we were both active, I would be on your head quick. I mean, you know that straight up. And you would try to get at me in a certain fashion. And that's just it. Period. You know, so with that being said, man, I wanted to address Splinter. It's nothing but love and respect going forward. You know, I know that he probably put us on a video, man, to do a few numbers. That's what people do. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I know the game. I know the game smoothly. But to concern yourself with other man's business, man, that's never been Splinter's forte, man. And I hope that trend doesn't continue, brother, because I never seen you to be on the bottom of the barrel, man. I've always seen you as someone, man, I could aspire to not copy, homie, because I don't do that. I make my own lane, but someone that I could aspire to admire, man. You know, you've always been, as far as the woods, you know, because fuck Wes Watson on mines. As far as the woods, man, you've been that one, man, and I'm going to continue to support that. With that being said, gente, there it is right there. I don't need to clown. I don't need to cap. I don't need to talk no shit, man, because there ain't shit to be talked, man. This is just real life and real talk from the gun. Bang, bang. And as far as how my numbers are looking, they're looking how they're looking, homie. I can't stop or change that, man. And I don't intend to. I just intend to keep on keeping on. And that's real. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for mines. And I don't need to talk about Splinter and say, oh, well, what, you fell off or you did this or you did that. Nah, I say forever forward, homie. Respect. Bang, bang.